since the creation of Delta State in 1991, our fears for joining this state has all come to fruition. Immediately we entered Delta State in 1991. 6 years later, the Warri local government, the defunct Warri local government, which is the foundation from where all of this have started, the Itsekiris were a majority, clear majority. 10 wards the Itsekiri had. The Urhobos had 1 ward. The Ijos had 2 wards. It was a 13-ward local government. But subsequently, INEC broke down the local government into 3 other local governments. In the 3 other local governments, they gave us 8.5 in Warri South, 6 in Warri North, 6 in Warri Southwest. They gave the Ijo 4 in Warri Southwest, 4 in Warri North, and the Urhobo had 1.5. Now the magic started when the Ijos protested that the local government headquarters of Warri Southwest should not be in the gazetted Itsekiri community of Ogidigben in Warri Southwest. All hell broke loose. And the government of Chief James Onanefe Ibori moved the headquarters to Ogbijo in Warri Southwest. Itsekiris protested. As if that was not enough, that was in Warri Southwest. In Warri South, this way, the 10 wards where Itsekiris were having 8.5 and Urhobos were having only 1.5. As my brother said right there, INEC, again, they expanded, multiplied that 1.5 to becoming 6 wards for the Urhobo dominated area in Warri South. Whereas the Itsekiris who were in clear majority, their wards were shrinked from 8.5 to 6 to make it look sort of at par with the Urhobos. Although in the Urhobo areas, they are not predominantly there. We have Igbos, Hausas, Yorubas, and everybody from Nigeria there. So it's not entirely their ward, but that is where INEC made it to look like, that the Urhobos had 6 and the Itsekiris had 6. We protested in 1998 and we followed up to 2003, where the appellate court gave us victory, that INEC should revert to the 10-ward structure in Warri South, because the illegal 12th ward, we rejected it. And we got judgment. After which, we're pressuring INEC to come and implement the court judgment, appellate court judgment, because the Urhobos did not appeal it, neither did the judge appeal it. But for 23 years, INEC has been playing dilly-dallying with us. INEC has been using that illegal 12th ward to be conducting all elections up until the 2023 elections. I said that was not enough. Our community, Omadino, Warri South here, Omadino, Okeneigo, when they brought the Maritime University to Delta State, we told them that there is a subsisting Supreme Court judgment that says that name of the community is Okeneigo, not Okeneikoko. But the National Assembly, who had already told us and swore to an affidavit that they will not alter the name of Okeneigo to Okeneikoko, which is the just corruption of Okeneigo, all of a sudden this year, we started seeing our Ijaw brothers rejoicing everywhere that they have secured the access to the bill, enabling that university to pass into law, bearing the name Okeneikoko. This is against the court judgment. Now, let's come to even the Supreme Court judgment that gave rise to this delineation in Warri, that is now the hotbed of crisis in Delta State. You say you want to do delineation because there's a Supreme Court judgment. You have not obeyed all the other Supreme Court judgments on land ownership of the Itsekiris, of even Okeneigo, and even the word that the illegal words that you brought that we said we don't want. Now, this one that INEC said do redelineation, you said you are upholding it. That's INEC and also our Ijaw brothers who are all celebrating. They are notorious for not obeying court judgments. All these court judgments have enumerated for you, they have not obeyed it. But this particular one, they say they want to obey it. And let me tell you one interesting thing about it. When they went to Supreme Court to get this judgment, we are the judgment creditors. I cannot have an issue with you and only you go to court and you get judgment. We were not served, we are not aware. They pursued it quietly, secretly, until they went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court gave them judgment. We are not saying, is it not proper and fitting that you call us, who are the judgment creditors, to be part of the process? Why do it in secrecy if something is free, is fair, if there is justice, if there is equity, if you are following the extant laws, but they got the judgment? We are saying no. We are supposed to be part of that so that you cannot be a judge in your own case. And now when they decided to do the delineation, they brought an Ijaw woman who is the National Commissioner for South-South. Delta State being under her. She's an injured woman. She superintended over this so-called proposed ward delineation. How can you be a judge in your own case? That is according to that has broken one of the two legs of justice in the legal system, which is Nemu, Judas, Inkosaswa. So you cannot be a judge in your own case. So how will the woman preside over a delineation that concerns Itsekiri, Ijo, and Urobo? And you think that they will not be biased? We protested immediately. Still, it fell on deaf ears. They went ahead with the so-called proposed delineation, now saying that the Itsekiris don't want delineation. No. We say if you want to do delineation, do it properly, go through the law, use the original 13-ward local government that is the foundation of the Warri federal constituency. They did not do it. We opposed that, but they went ahead. Now, the Supreme Court judgment that you say you are following, INEC, you have not obeyed the 10-12 word, which is the 12 illegal word and the 10 original word. You have not done that, but you want to do this one. Okay, even if you want to do this one, are you going to start from the air? Is it not based on extant in your records, files in your records about Warri that you are going to follow? Do you have the power to now be abrogating or renaming communities or even giving birth to new communities? Is INEC the national boundary adjustment? So we are saying that INEC, the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should probe the INEC chairman and the national commissioner and all the officials of INEC involved in this electoral fraud, because they have now said it's proposed. These were the people that said it was final report. They are now saying it's proposed because we are mounting pressure that they should do the right thing. So we are calling to probe all of them. Let the police, ICPC, EFCC, let the National Judicial Commission also probe all the justices that are involved in that Supreme Court judgment. How can you do judgment without the judgment creator being part of the suit? That's what we are, because we want these things to come back, because we know this, like my brother said there, all this is a grand conspiracy to annex the Itsekiri land and corner the resources in the Itsekiri land, which of course Nigeria knows that we are the highest oil producing community or ethnic group in both Delta and Edo states. So we will not take it. We will not take it. So by this, I'm calling on everybody to get involved and let justice be served.